Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I admit it.
Yeah.
Fellow Toastmasters and respected guests, good evening. Welcome to Mind Academy Toastmaster Club, club number 077-17440, area 53, district division L, district 79. My name is Jyoti Bala. We are about to commence 57th club meeting of Mind Academy Toastmaster Club. To conduct this meeting without any disturbance, I request every one of you to turn off your cell phone or switch it to silent mode. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. Thank you. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In Toastmasters, we do not discuss RSP, that's religion, sex, and politics. So therefore, I request you all to refrain from these three topics. To preside over this meeting, we have a chemist and a quality professional hailing from Kannur, Kerala, with 37 years of experience in chemical, agrochemicals, and plastic industries in field of quality, technical support, sales and marketing, management systems, strategy development, technical marketing. Currently working as technical and quality manager with Gulf Stabilizers Industries in Jubail. Dear Toastmasters, put your hands together for Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiasa. Yes, for Toastmasters and guests, please help me welcome with a thunderous round of applause our presiding officer for the day, Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiasa. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti Bala, for that kind introduction. Hello, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to all of you. Before we start our session, I would like to welcome our dignitaries today. I would like to request all the members to introduce their guests, if any, please.
Mr. President, we have our speech crafter, Madam Subhashini here. And also we have our another regular guest, Madam Safa, Mr. Bharani, Mr. Ketan, and Mr. Ashok here.
Good evening, all of you, and welcome to Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. It is our pleasure. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you in this meeting.
Mr. President,
We are highly
Subramanian also here with us.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Subramanian. Welcome to Mind Academy Toastmasters Club meeting. Anybody else?
Mr. President, we are also being joined by one more speech crafter, Mr. Kiran.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Kiran. Welcome to Mind Academy Toastmasters Club.
A representative for my friends also may join shortly. I have given the link and waiting for them.
Okay. Thank you, Irshad. Okay, thank you all guests. We are highly honored with your esteemed presence in our meeting today. Today is November 14th. We celebrate Children's Day in India, and internationally it is World Diabetes Day. It is very important for our health, Responding to the increasing burden of diabetes around the World Health Organization has launched the Global Diabetes Compact, a new initiative to support people living with diabetes. The launch coincides with the 100th 100th anniversary of the discovery of insulin. Diabetes is a global epidemic. Today, approximately 6% of the world's population, that is more than 420 million people, live with either type 1 or type 2 diabetes. This number has quadrupled since 1980 and is estimated to rise beyond 500 million by the end of the decade. Whereas premature mortality from other major non-communicable diseases is decreasing, early death from diabetes have actually increased by 5% since the year 2000. In a typical year, a person with diabetes may see a healthcare professional for just a few hours in total. For the thousands of remaining hours, they have to look after themselves. Increasingly, countries are using therapeutic patient education, TPE, to equip diabetes patients with the skills and knowledge they need to do this. A study shows that on average, a person with diabetes thinks about their disease every 20 minutes, every day of their life. It is not surprising, therefore, that there is an increasing appetite for people with diabetes to learn more about their condition, how to manage it, how to cope with the technology on which they rely, and how to make the best use of healthcare services. There are many treatments and interventions to manage diabetes, but they only work if the person with diabetes can manage their condition day to day with the support of carers or family members. In response to this growing need for information and better self-care options, healthcare providers are developing therapeutic patient education programs, empowering patients and encouraging patient-centered care involving people living with diabetes in the process and using learning from their lived experience. TPE can not only empower patients, but can save healthcare providers time and money. This year, for the first time ever, many countries have established global targets for diabetes coverage, and the WHO Global Diabetes Compact makes a commitment to health education and literacy as a work stream of the compact, in line with the World Diabetes Day 2022 theme of access to diabetes education. Therefore, fellow Toastmasters and guests, let us have a regular checkup and fitness program so that we can be physically fit. With that note, let us begin our edutainment session today. In order to conduct today's session, we have a special session today. We have an ingenious Toastmaster, a champion evaluator, founder president of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, an instrument engineer who is interested in strategic studies for sports and geopolitics, co-founder of Mind Academy and an educational startup. Fellow Toastmasters, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Balasubramaniam to take us through the edutainment session. In fact, today is a space travel. We can enjoy the space travel today. Over to you, Toastmaster Bala.
Thanks a lot, Mr. President, for those really inspiring introduction of mine. Good evening, Toastmasters and respected guests, speech crafters who have joined from different parts of the globe for today's session. Thank you. Thanks for joining us on this special day for multiple reasons. One, as rightly addressed by our president, today happens out to be the Children's Day in remembrance of our first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday, and also, as rightly said, diabetic, which is a global epidemic, which is making a lot of us being cautious about what we do eat and how much sugar we intake. So thanks, sir. That's a great reminder to end a day and to be in a cautious mode for the rest of the week as well. Thank you, sir. As a kid, I always remember vividly my mother showing the sky and the moon to feed me during the night times. That's an image which is going to stay for the rest of my life very strongly and significantly. Because for the major part of my upbringing, I thought space was something which is beyond somebody's imagination, especially coming from the part where I was coming from. Then there were a lot of inspiring personalities like Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Satish Dhawan, so on and so forth. The list just goes on and on. Whenever you read Dr. Kalam sir, you will get a feeling that he is talking to you. There were a lot of visionary points laid out by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in his book, The Scientific Indian, where he envisages that there shall be many Indians coming out there, putting the best foot forward so that India becomes a pioneer and a world power in the field of space. Now, what signifies that today is the great dream of those inspiring leaders are seeing the light of the day. We have a first ever private rocket getting launched in this window. Because of climatic conditions which were supposed to be launched tomorrow has been rescheduled. The Prarambh from the team Skyroot has been rescheduled for November the 18th of 2022. Irrespectively, a great feat for $1 billion. Now, what that aspect opens up, it opens up a plethora of opportunity for people who wish to explore space and beyond. At the fag end of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir's career, once interviewed, what is an achievement of you which makes you feel satisfied? The response from Dr. Kalam sir is still vivid in my memory. He said, from the exploration in space and beyond, what we could minimize the weight of an artificial limb for a patient, which made that particular person walk with less luggage to carry, is something which I would feel as a containment of my journey in space exploration and beyond. Well, that was something inspiring. Now, what is that I am doing as an individual? Well, the answer to that point was, if we can contribute for somebody to understand, to explore, to do our humble bit to support an individual so that he or she walks in the right direction in space, in mind space, what else could be satisfying to me as an individual, part of Mind Academy? Well, that was the idea behind bringing in the theme Mind, Space, and Beyond. Well, to travel along with me tonight in this space journey, I have a compact pack of travelers. Let me invite the first traveler along with me in this mind space journey. It's the general evaluator for the evening. I will give a brief introduction about him during the evaluation session, but let me introduce him to share his roles and responsibilities for the evening. Toastmaster Irshad San, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My role as a general evaluator is to observe and evaluate everything from the beginning to end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I shall wrap up the entire proceedings of the meeting, complementing good practices and indicating areas require improvement. My report will be an euphonious one for all of you. Over to you, Tiamodi.
Thanks a lot, Irshad San, for sharing your roles and responsibilities as a general evaluator for the evening. Today, we have a timer who's a man who makes things noted in a precise way. Former club secretary for Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, and also the current vice president education and chemical engineering by profession. Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan sir, please share your role and responsibility today as a timer for the evening, sir.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and my dear friends. My role as a timer is to note down the time taken in each and every speech and indicate the speaker when there is a particular time with the yellow card, red card, and green card. For the TT speeches, 2 minutes is the time allotted with the 30 minutes of grace time. So I will flag green card at 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds will be yellow card, and 3 minutes will be red card.
Point of order.
Is it
sir, it's 1 minute.
If I'm mistaken.
Yeah, it's 1 minute green, 1 minute 30 yellow, and 2 minutes red, sir.
Okay, thank you. Noted.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehul sir, for sharing the timing details for the guest and as well as for the rest of the Toastmasters as well for the evening. Thank you. Now, today's segment, all the Toastmasters, I thought it's my pleasure to listen in. Now, the world of space is opening up for every individual to explore in whichever way they want to, if they have the will to do so. As rightly said by our Dr. Kalam sir, try to have a difficult aim for yourself so that it stays as a driving force for the rest of your life. So I thought I should be listening in to the Toastmasters here. If given an opportunity, what is that they would be interested to explore in the field of space? The first person to respond, I'll be having his view. The general evaluator was the first one to respond and acknowledge that particular request. So let me listen in from Toastmaster Irshad San. There are multiple ways of looking at this opportunity, and there are multiple options individuals have. So you may involved in multiple ways. If given an opportunity with respect to space, what will be that unique thing which you will like to associate yourself? I know it could be an hypothetical view, but always it takes one ignition to get a big journey going. So what would be yours, sir?
Thank you very much for sharing my view on this particular subject. Basically, we all, in our dreams, it comes in many times, like maybe after watching a particular movie, that we also need to live somewhere in the space. It comes in our, believe me, it's not prepared for this. Even it came in my mind, in my dream many, many times that I am part of like this particular opportunity that we get to be in the space. So I'm as if that anybody in this world may be dreaming to be part in this particular option, that so far there is not much knowledge for us to explore it. Even then, we all believe that in the very near future, this is going to be practical. It is going to be possible for any one of us in a very short time, that we also get an opportunity to be there in the space. There is no doubt in that. We believe that it's going to be happen very, very soon, not far actually. Thank you very much for this.
I agree with you, Irshad San. I guess it's just right next in our future, we could be seeing a possible space relocation of human beings. Irshad San, thanks for sharing your insights and all the very best for your space settlement
Aim
sooner.
to come true actually. So for that we are again dreaming much higher to
Aim high. That's the point, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights.
Thank you.
Before I move on to listen in to the views of other Toastmasters, I would take this opportunity to welcome our own member, Toastmaster Sai Kishore, and also our guest, he is the son of our distinguished Toastmaster Suresh Kumar sir. Welcome, Shreya Suresh, for Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Thanks for joining. So now let me bring in our head of the pack for the evening, our president, Toastmaster Rameshan sir, a man always have an eye for the details. Sir, if given a chance and choice to work around with space, I'm intrigued to listen in. What is that you will be settling down with, sir, when it comes to the stream of space?
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for giving me the opportunity. Yes, when it comes to the space mission or space travel, my role, I would like to I will make sure that the mission, whatever be the mission, that mission should be successful in all aspects. And what makes a perfect product? My strategy would be 0 plus 0 plus 0. That makes the perfect product. And what is it? That is, when we have a mission, we should make sure that there should not be any accident, there should not be any incident, and there should not be any failure. So that should be that makes a product or service successful. So when it comes to the spaceship and spacecraft, a lot of standards are in place. So when we follow a lot of the standards, and if we implement the proper management system, then any system can work well and any mission can be successful. So I will always be
Got it, sir. So you would like to be part of
do this type of job. Yeah,
exactly, sir. Point of
okay.
And project management aspect is what you have chosen when it comes to space. And great concept. I think we all who have joined in here would be taking back home this concept of 0 plus 0 plus 0. Honestly, first time I'm listening, sir. No accident, no incident, no failure, making a product and viable one for the customers. Great insights, sir.
When it comes to the space, it will be reliability and safety. That is the first
Exactly, sir.
People are here.
Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing and very interesting outlook for the overall process, sir. Thank you. I think this 0 plus 0 plus 0 concept can be utilized well during any of our table topic contest, which is coming, I guess. So as we are talking about table topics here, I would like to invite our champion TT speaker, if she is around, our area director and past president of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, to attempt a table topic, ma'am, so that the rest of the guests can also understand about how a TT is attempted, ma'am, if it is comfortable for you.
Definitely, Toastmaster Bala. Definitely.
Thank you, ma'am. So now let's look into the topic for you, ma'am. Just give me a minute. I will. So, although we are talking about space in here, as rightly highlighted by our president, and it happens out to be the Children's Day. Have you ever been told a story showing the sky to you, ma'am, as a kid or at whatever point of your time in your life, ma'am? And if so, what is it? Have you ever been told a story showing the sky to you, ma'am? If so, what is it? The floor is all yours, ma'am.
As children, all of us have been, used to hearing stories growing up. And there are numerous stories that we have heard related to this kind. The one that comes to my mind is when I was very little, I lost my grandfather. And I was very young to understand that what death means. At that time, I remember my mom showing me a very brilliant star that was visible on the sky. And she was telling me that, no, he has not left us. The glistening star on the sky is our grandfather. That's how she pacified me, And I still feel that all the glittering stars are all the departed souls that have left us, but they're always there looking up from above as our guardian angels. I have lost my mom and dad also, but I comfort myself with the same story that I was taught in childhood, that these stars are my parents and they are looking after me. Even though they are not physically present, they are still there and they are looking after me, and they'll always be there to guide me as a guiding star. So that's the story that comes to my mind when you give me this topic about sky. Apart from that, I think the brilliant theme that Toastmaster Bala has brought today, it needs to be applauded, because there's a great change that has come about because of this theme and the topic, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the people's views and ideas as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and over to the table topic.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Indeed, for those near and dear who has left us, the generic tendency back in our place to keep that connection, one element which has been shared is showing up to the sky and saying that there they are, right there, looking at us and blessing us as guardian angels. Indeed, ma'am, very well put. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights, ma'am. Now, let me listen in about her take as an individual in association with space. One of our speech crafter, Madam Subhashini, she shared she wanted to share her thoughts and insights of her take when it comes to space. What is that one particular item which or how you would like to associate with respect to space? Madam Subhashini, if you are around, it will be a pleasure to listen your take on space, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmaster Bala.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. When we are a child, we all are holding to the dream of flying in the sky. Is that still remain the same? For me, it's not. I didn't have much crush on space sector, but my sister likes space sector so much. Always she's saying that I wanted to go space at least once in my life. Then I started feel curious why she is always saying this. Then I searched in online and I came to know the general information about space. Then I read the ebook My 36 Years in Space written by Kruth Cross. In his book, he described that an astronautical engineer how his journey through the triumph and tragedy in the space. When I read the book, I can sense the solitude and silence, how it is in space. If I got a chance to be in space sector, I will use the opportunity to feel the peace, how it was in space.
Thank you, ma'am. Interesting one. Always, you never know from where you get your inspiration when it comes to life. I guess it's your sister who has inspired you to dream to fly. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights when it comes to space, ma'am. It is always inspiring to listen in to this great leader. I could go on to say that leader of the pack for this team as well. Our club sponsor and past Division D Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Murali Krishnan sir. When it comes to space as an individual, I know you're a technocrat already. So what will be your take? What is that your element when it comes to association with space, sir? Floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you, Bala, for the opportunity. First of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you for bringing in such a wonderful topic. And I'm not sure whether how many of our members know that there is a private rocket being launched. Maybe this session helped to reinforce that point to me. I'm sure that most of them don't know, but those of them who don't know, it's an opportunity to know that there is a private space rocket launching happening, and that is opening up a big information market or knowledge market or things that we can explore around. When it comes to space, it's always about the word curiosity. We have rightly mentioned by many of the members, right from childhood, we look at sky and many of the things that we look around, people tend to connect it with something and get answers for that around. So it's all about curiosity, information, and knowledge. So given a chance, I would like to do what I always loved in terms of knowledge, in terms of empowering people around us, in terms of making people understand more about the concept. So I may go ahead with having an extended wing of Mind Academy for the people around us, bringing in new facets. Maybe, we all know physics, chemistry, and maths here in Earth. Maybe physics will be different there in the other world. Chemistry could be different. Maths, maybe it could be same, but there could be a different physics. There could be different mathematics for us to learn. So it's an innumerous possibilities that this new approach is, offering all of us. And the second thing is that it's going to, speed up the way which we are traveling forward. We are all in the era of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and things like that. But space is altogether a totally different domain. So the possibilities that it can open for all of us. So with that aspect, keeping that in mind, knowledge or information that we are going to gain from this new, approach, it's tremendous. So maybe education or the kind of academy which can offer information, knowledge, or wisdom about this particular aspect will be my take on it, and I'll be looking forward for that. Back to you, Bala.
Thanks a lot, sir. For sure, an extended arm of Mind Academy where we can help and support and empower children in the field of space, so that, as you rightly said, the physics and chemistry in space could be something different. So that is something, if we can work in, so that can empower children to move in the right direction. Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts and insights. Now, let's cling on to a table topic as our next item, after hearing from two interesting viewpoints as far as space is concerned. We have our very own Toastmaster, Beena Modi ma'am. Ma'am, if you're around, if you are willing to take up a table topic, ma'am. Yeah, 1 minute, ma'am. If you can just unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. I know that you have a strained throat. Thanks for attempting amidst and challenging point, ma'am. I would like to highlight the timer. And there we go. So let's look into the topic, ma'am. And here is your topic. As it is on Children's Day, have you kept the child in you active? If so, how? I'll repeat the point, ma'am. Have you kept the child in you active? If so, how? The floor is all yours, Toastmaster Beena, ma'am.
Good evening, all. Happy Children's Day to all. Yeah, I like this question very much. I always kept a child alive in myself. So actually, in my family, still everyone have an image of myself as a childish personality. At the time of my marriage, the relatives and others are shocked. They feel like the little child is getting married. At the age of 27, I got married. But because of my childish, bubbly personality, no one is ready. She is able to take this responsibility. So I always kept, I always doing the childish thing. I enjoy always to do childish thing like playing and the fun, the doing the things that are not equally actually always meaningful, but giving always giving you the satisfaction and enjoyment. I think so. Don't hurt anyone and just do the enjoyment without hurting. That is, I think so, childhood personality. Thanks to you. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Very well put out. Never hurt anyone. Try to enjoy for your own self and be satisfied and contented with your own self. Very, very simple points, but makes volumes when it comes to the realization of it. It's not that easy what she conveyed right there. Thanks, ma'am, for sharing the thoughts and insights. Now, holding back to the table topic section, if I may invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Irshad-san, if you would like to take up the next table topic. Shall I present the screen, sir, for your next topic?
Yeah, ma'am, please. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sir. So here is, okay, so it has fallen in the right place, I guess. You wanted to travel, sir, in space. If so, given a chance, which planet you would like to visit and why? If you are given an opportunity to travel, which planet you would like to visit, sir? And if so, why? Floor is all yours, Irshad-san.
Thank you, T.T. Master, for this wonderful opportunity. See, even I was trying to tell you earlier that we all dream. In our dream that we all fly. Our aim is to reach to the place where something better than Earth. That was our dream, actually. We are all dreaming for that. in our, so far our observation, so far our knowledge and what we have understand that the chances are only to the moon where the people can live, the people can reach. Still that there is no clarity yet. But my dream is always in the moon only. So if it is a possible for me to travel, possible for me to fly, I will be aiming to reach moon only. Where, you know, in the evenings and all, if you go to a park or somewhere, we just see the moon. We love to see the moon with a lot of imaginations. If you see the mountains, you can see the mountain there. If you see that, you can see the flies, you can see a lot of flies there. So there are a lot of things which we imagine, that I'm dreaming that these are the cases which we can physically see if we reach to the moon. The moon is my second destination, second home. Let me tell you that, please take me to the moon. Thank you, TT Master.
For sure, Toastmaster Richardson, if given a chance, I would join you to moon for a very simple fact. I have been told that you weigh less in moon, if I am not wrong. I weigh little heavy in earth, so I would probably join you on your way to moon so that I will weigh little less over there. Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts and insights when it comes to a favorite planet where you would like to travel. So let's continue with our flow in TT. Our Toastmaster Sai Kishore, if you're around, sir, would you like to take up the next table topic, sir?
Yeah, good evening all. Yes, thank you.
Okay, 1 minute, sir. So here is your table topic. Are you ready for an other planet travel? If so, what makes you think you are ready? Are you ready for another planet travel, sir? If so, what makes you think you are ready? Floor is all yours, Toastmaster Sai Kishore.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. To be honest, I want to be on the earth only because my view will be completely different. Maybe it is contradictory to what the topic is going on. But I actually, my son is very much interested in space, planets. He learns a lot. He watches a lot of videos. And recently I saw in one of the video that they discovered one asteroid which is made of gold somewhere between Mars and Jupiter. So when I shared this information to my son, he was so excited that he wanted to travel there. He wanted to travel there and want to land on this asteroid. So NASA is planning to send one satellite, maybe in, I believe, in the coming year. So it will take another 7 years or 8 years for that rocket to reach there. Maybe that should be, maybe he will, my son is, he wanted to travel there. So I will accompany with him. I will travel with him. So that could be my favorite because of my son. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai, for sharing your thoughts and insights. As they say, kids shape up many things in life. As an individual, as you rightly said, you don't want to travel. Probably your son is someone who's inspiring you to make that travel possible for you beyond Earth. All the very best, sir, for that asteroid travel. Now, we have a volunteer, our Shreyas Suresh is willing to attempt the next table topic. Mr. Shreyas, if you're around, if you can unmute and start your video.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're loud and clear, Mr. Shreyas. I'm just looking for you so that I can spotlight. There you go. You're spotlighted now. This is the topic for you. So I think the topic for you, Shreyas, is: do you feel outer space explorations are helpful for humans? If so, how? Is outer space explorations helpful for humans? If so, how? The floor is all yours, Shreyas.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Children's Day, as Mr. Toastmaster Bala has highlighted. So I think, in my opinion, outer space exploration for humans will be a good thing, because there are so many conspiracy theories, and everyone is curious whether there is any life other than life on Earth. So that is another one thing that everyone thinks about. And I think it might be useful for us, because we might know what is beyond our Milky Way and our galaxy. We want to know what is further in space. So the scientists say that maybe we have not discovered the whole whatever is out there. So God knows, maybe we are not the only ones who are there in the galaxy. Maybe there are some other more intelligent species which are there. We may never know, but I think it'll be great if we find out if there is some other type of life forms which is available outside. And so, yeah, I think it might do as a good. It can be good and it can be bad. Maybe they might plan on destroying us. There are some theories like that. So yeah, I think it can be good and it can be bad. So yeah, that's all I can say. Over to you, Bala.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Shreyas, for sharing your thoughts and insights. Yeah, it could be a double-edged sword. Don't disturb people who are not aware about us. So why to invite trouble? That's one way of looking at it. But also, as you said, if there are fellow travelers across this globe, why not? We can tag along probably. So we have already completed 5 table topic speakers. So I would request our second evaluator for the evening, DT Muralikrishnan sir. So going forward from the next speaker, probably you may make a note of it, sir.
Sure, Bala. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we have a couple of more table topics left. So I would like to invite some of our guests, if they are looking forward to attempt a table topic. Mr. Ashok, would you like to attempt any table topic? You're around. Okay. Our very own Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey, if you're around, would you like to attempt a table topic, sir?
Yes, well, I can attempt this.
Thank you, sir. I'm not able to see you, probably. If you can turn on your video, so yeah, I can spotlight so that everyone can effectively connect with you. Thank you, sir, for connecting during a travel. Thank you. And here is your table topic, sir. Topic for you is: one memory of you related to Children's Day as a kid. What is it? One memory of you related to Children's Day as a kid. What is that? The floor is all yours, sir.
Honestly, Bala, I am confused, but as per today's themes and the topic related with the space exploration and all, when I was kid, I used to see some lights moving in the fast direction, and people used to say, "This is the rocket." So I used to imagine that why rocket looks like a lighting star or whatever it is. And now, as we are at this advanced stage and we understand the technology, and we are thrilled with the wonders what we are doing as a nation, we are getting proud. Latest we launched a 6-ton payload with the LMV-3 rocket on the very first attempt, and this month, which is going to happen, the rocket launching by a private entrepreneur. So now I see that light was giving a sparkle in the eyes, and now to see that why the rocket illuminates, so it really makes impact. Thank you, and over to you, Bala.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey, for sharing your thoughts and insights. For sure, as kids, it was an flash just in the sky. Now people are aiming to reach up there. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights, Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey, sir. Thank you. So we have a couple more topics. I heard a comment that Mr. Ashok is not able to unmute himself. Can you try to unmute now, Mr. Ashok? Yeah, there you go. So, and if you can start your video. There you go. I think you have started. Great. Thanks, Mr. Ashok. And if you are interested to take up the next table topic, sir. Can you be a little louder, sir? I'm not able to hear you. Mr. Ashok, I'm not able to hear you.
Now
Yeah.
you can hear me?
Very well, sir. Loud and clear. So,
Okay.
would you like to take up the next table topic, sir?
Yes, no sir, we can.
So just as your first time joining our session, for your points, sir, when the time becomes 1, there will be green light which will be reflected, and when it becomes 1 minute 30 seconds, it will be shown as yellow, and when it becomes 2, it becomes red. When it crosses 2 minutes and 30 seconds, probably that will be your ceiling time, sir. So here is your topic. Do you think perseverance will be needed to survive in space sector as an individual, be it in work, as an entrepreneur, whichever way? Do you think perseverance, not giving up, will be a thing which is needed to survive in space sector? The floor is all yours, Mr. Ashok.
I think yes, there should be some area as you know, the environment is totally different than the environment we are living here. So sure, we need some assistance, and sure we need some space that we have to survive in order to explore, in order to see, in order to find what we went for. So I will say yes, there should be the things which is necessary we can has to take with us in order to survive over there. Thank you. It's over to you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Ashok, for sharing your thoughts and insights. For sure, perseverance is something which we should be taking to space, because it is not a comfortable zone to survive. So I guess, yes, I agree with you. So now, as we had quite a few table topics, now let me take this opportunity to invite our area director, Madam Vijita Murli, to share her thoughts and insights as an individual. Ma'am, if given an opportunity to get associated with space domain, what will be that one particular aspect which you would like to associate with, ma'am? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the opportunity once again, Toastmaster Bala. And I think that if given an opportunity, I would definitely think about the space tourism part of it, because exploring new planets would be just awesome. It's something that we have all visualized in our fantasies, or we have seen in science fiction movies only. And to actually realize that and to actually be able to do that would be just out of the world. And just imagine couples honeymooning on the moon. So it's just the possibilities are just limitless. absolute plethora of opportunities is going to open when space travel becomes easier, and it's just endless possibilities. I can just go on and on the topic. How about maybe I'm a parent, so I can imagine, like, my father-in-law just visited us a few months back. So imagine now our next generation, they are going to be on a different planet and we are going to be visiting them. Just imagine the possibilities that space travel can bring for all of us, it's just amazing that we human beings have taken, so many new steps in this direction. I hope that whatever we have in store for us in the future, it's for the good of the human beings, for the good of the mankind. And I hope and I believe that we have a lot of things to look forward to in the coming years. And if a decade back or 2 decades back, if somebody told you that wireless phones or mobile phones, if somebody had uttered something about it, they would have been made fun of. So now it's a reality today. So just like that, maybe in a decade or two, all this may be possible. Maybe we'll have honeymoon couples honeymooning on the moon, and maybe we'll be visiting our next generation in a different planet. And the possibilities are just limitless. And I just hope and pray that things happen so that we get to see, the good things that are going to happen in the future in our lives on this planet. So hope for the best, and I hope that whatever happens for the good of mankind. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and over to you, Toastmaster Bala.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for sharing a really very interesting point. International tourism is something which people might have heard. Interspace tourism, and very imaginative points you have brought into the table, ma'am. It was really interesting to listen in, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights, ma'am. Hopefully, as you rightly said, it becomes one giant leap for mankind and in a positive direction. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights, ma'am. So, continuing with our discussion with space, Toastmaster Sai Kishore, if you're around. And if given an opportunity to explore or associate with space, already you shared your intent to travel to asteroids, but if given an opportunity to associate, what will be your associating aspect, Toastmaster Sai? Floor is all yours.
Can you repeat? I need some clarity in my question. I am not able to understand.
Okay, my question is, Toastmaster Sai, if given an opportunity to associate with any aspect in space sector, what will be a way in which you would like to associate yourself in space sector? Or else, if you don't want to, you can very well share why you don't want to as well. It's just a wide open point.
Yeah, well, there are thank you for the topic. There are two aspects in this. One is as an investor. If you ask me to invest in any space company or sector, so I will suggest to invest in that one, because right now it is a booming sector. Space and defense is the booming sector. So as an investor, you can I will suggest people to invest in this sector. Personally, I don't want to. There are people spending trillions of dollars in space. If mankind is not able to take care of their Earth properly, so why they are exploring too much into the space? That is what my question is, like, why people, if we are not taking care of our Earth, we are fighting for emissions, all this stuff, and we are increasing the temperature of the Earth. There are a lot of issues on the Earth, on the planet Earth. It is actually a wonderful place to live. Why people are spending trillions of dollars just to explore the space? They are not able to explore the sea. They are not able to know the depth of the sea. why they are spending too much money and time. There are a lot of poor countries on this planet where there are no water, food, and there are a lot of associations where they are seeking funds to provide food and water for a lot of African countries. So that is what.
Great, sir. You have made a very vivid point, and also you made a very smart move. I would just invest money and just stay on planet Earth. Great, sir. Thank you. And I agree with you. Like, we have a lot to do in our own planet before we proceed further. Thanks, sir, for sharing your thoughts and insights. We had tourism, we have an investor. So things are lining up for space. So now let's also quickly listen in from our Toastmaster, Beena Modi, ma'am. Ma'am, if given an opportunity for you to associate in some form or the other with space, what will be that you will be interested to associate, ma'am?
Okay, thank you. Today is a Children Day, so my thoughts sound like silly. Actually, I was watching Motu Patlu cartoon a lot as my daughter's favorite. So every time Boxer is giving kick Motu, and Motu directly sent to the space. And in that, he also wants samosa in a space. So I basically understand the thing that you need whatever basic thing on earth also there. So once the thing is developed and in this
I can see things lining up. Yeah. Please go ahead, ma'am.
So our basic requirement, whatever is on our earth, we slowly understand. Same thing is in process when progress is on this space. So
perfect, ma'am.
I think so. We will start from 1, 2, 3 again.
Perfect, ma'am. So we have an investor, we have tourism, and we are going to have samosa in space. So properly shaping up and taking its shape, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights, ma'am. Really, again, and different dimension. That's what discussions and forums like this bring into the table. What is that which can bring in? Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts and insights, ma'am. We have a couple of pleasure, ma'am. So we have a couple of our guests still. Mr. Bharani, would you like to take up a table topic? Mr. Bharani, if you're around.
Yes, Bala.
Okay.
Thank you, Bala, for giving this opportunity. Thank you, and everyone also. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I will share the topic. If you can start your camera, probably I can put you on spotlight so that we all get connected even more effectively, Mr. Bharani.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for turning on. So now I would first present the screen and share your table topic, Mr. Bharani. Has space explorations so far has added value to you as an individual? If so, how? Mr. Bharani, has space exploration has added value to you as individual? If so, how? The floor is all yours, Mr. Bharani.
Whether space exploration added value to me as an individual, I just want to slightly modify the topic because I have some idea I want to express, so I will slightly change this.
Please go ahead, Mr. Bharani.
See, after my graduation, I have basically zero knowledge in space or rocket. I have very limited knowledge, I can say, even after my graduation. So it's not my area. I never think of that. But after a few years, I came to know about Elon Musk, who had done the same rocket can be reused for relaunching the satellites. After hearing that, I was so interested, and I see many videos of that and how it's happening. It created a lot of interest in me, like even like a person, like any person who is so interested, I can make something new. Like initially when we think of rocket, something new, we have an idea like it's reinventing a wheel. Like everything is already readily available, we can use it. That was the idea I have earlier. But when I came to know there is an area like, see, the same thing can be reused. It's basically a very basic level logic, which many would have tried. But it was not happened for so many years. Like every time for a launch, there was a new rocket designed and launched. So it's like why no one think this way before, earlier. So when I think of this, it gives me a lot of interest. Like there is an area, don't ignore an area considering there is no possibility for improvement. So everywhere, I can say everywhere at any field, there is an opportunity for improvement continuously. I can say it's continuous. We cannot stop at level like this is saturated. There is nothing more to develop in that. So it's like if it's anything, there is a chances to improve, to take it to the next level. So this is what impressed me as a whole. That's all, Bala.
Thank you, Mr. Bharani, for sharing your thoughts and insights with respect to your inspirations with respect to the sector space. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights. So we have two more people to share their take, what would have been their association. Toastmaster Chanchal, I guess you are traveling. If you're comfortable to share, if you are given an opportunity to associate in space sector, what could be that you would be interested to associate yourself with?
Am I audible?
Very much, sir. If given an opportunity for you to associate yourself in space sector, what will be that particular point where you would like to associate you in space?
For me, space exploration is the epitome of the excellence and distinction. So as a person, I am faced with some or distincted or able to achieve some very highest level of achievement. So space requires the best level of the reliability as our President Sir explained. There is no room for any error, 0 plus 0 plus 0, and no failure. So it gives a lot of the effort and the effort of the best class. So if given a opportunity to me, I would like to contribute to achieve this 0 plus 0 plus 0. And also I see in India the resources. Our ISRO is limited from the resources. So in India, I will try to adopt a drive because we are 134 people, and for the India, the country that is although per capita income is less, but we are enough ready to do excellence and showcase ourselves at the international level. The better.
Thank you, sir. One more reliability professional adding up and just echoing the thoughts of our president as well. 0 plus 0 plus 0. I guess probably it was me who was not aware about this concept of 0 plus 0 plus 0 probably. So I think that's a lesson which will be in my memory for quite some time now. So we have a couple more of our guests. So probably if the guests are interested to share their intent of association, probably if given a chance, we would like to listen from them as well. Mr. Ashok, if given an opportunity for you to associate yourself with space sector, if you're around, sir, you're free to express your thoughts. There is no limitations. Mr. Ashok, if you're around. Mr. Shreyas, if you're around and if you're willing, if given an opportunity for you to associate with space sector. Yes, I guess Mr. Shreyas unmuting himself. If you can turn on your video, probably I can highlight. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Mr. Shreyas. If given an opportunity for you to associate with space sector in whichever capacity, space tourism, there was an interesting angle, investment. So what will be your associating point, Mr. Shreyas? Floor is all yours.
Good evening. Good evening once again. I think for me, I think the coolest part about being in this part of the sector would be being one of the astronauts. Maybe exploring new parts of, maybe like everyone knows Neil Armstrong was the first person on moon. So I would like to be one of the first people to maybe go to Jupiter or maybe Mars. People have gone to Mars, but maybe go to some other different areas where nobody has ever seen or visited. So that would be one, and it would be cool. I'll be part of history basically. If people will know if I was an astronaut and I was the first person to go to such a certain place, then yeah, that would be one cool aspect of space that I would be associated with. And I think honestly speaking, I think it's one of everyone's. I think everyone wants to be a part of. Would want to go to and explore space if given an opportunity to and be an astronaut. So I think being a part of being an astronaut will be a big one great aspect of being associated with space. So yeah, and you can tell people that I've gone to space. So that's another added bonus. So yeah, I think being an astronaut and exploring places would be a great way to associate with space.
Wonderful insights. And yeah, thank you, Mr. Shreyas. Yeah, I guess everyone wants to be part of some history or the other, and it's a very thoughtful way of putting oneself in history, being part of an exploration camp and being the first. So before I invite him to share the timers report, let me take this opportunity to listen. If given an opportunity to associate with space, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan sir, what is the way in which you would like to associate with space sector, sir?
Thank you, Bala, for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts on what I would like to associate myself with if given a chance to be on the space missions and space in some way. Well, I like when Beena Madam said that she wants samosas and all the basic necessities that a human needs in the space. Even I like when Vijita Madam said that she wants to send people for honeymoon. And of course, we have Sai Kishore sir doing investment. So there, if many people will go to the space, there should be somebody to take care of the earth as well.
Earth, okay.
So I will be the one, that person who will be associated from the earth to the space.
Got it, sir.
You.
So thanks a lot, sir. A focal point for earth, if one have to put, yeah, of course, if the whole 7 or 8 billion people in world spreads across 9 planets, provided given a situation, we are all in an acclimatized position to survive. For sure, we need somebody to hold back on ground to stay and keep people connected. Thank you, sir. Very interesting angle.
Thank you very much.
So before we proceed further, Mehul sir, if you can share the timers report, it will be highly helpful, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bala, for giving me an opportunity to be a timer today. Toastmaster Vijita Murli took 1 minute 54 seconds. Toastmaster Beena Modi took 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Irshad took 1 minute and 27 seconds. Toastmaster Sai Kishore took 1 minute 16 seconds. And Toastmaster Shreyans Suresh took 1 minute 27 seconds for the first phase of the first phase of the TT session. In the second phase, Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey took 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster Ashok took 38 seconds. And Toastmaster Bharani took 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Except Toastmaster Ashok, everybody else is qualified.
Thank you, sir, for doing a very stressful and very time-taking task to be the time of the evenings. The polls will be launched shortly for the table topic segments soon enough. So with that report, before launching the polls, let me take this opportunity to invite a professional working in Yokogawa and chess enthusiast and a badminton professional, past vice president membership of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, and in past vice president education of all-level Toastmasters Club, and dedicated Toastmaster who takes things very professionally when it comes to Toastmastership. And I would like to invite our Toastmaster Irshad Sen to carry on with the general evaluation segment. Toastmaster Irshad Sen, I requested Toastmaster Rameshan sir to do the evaluation for the first 5 speakers, and the second segment will be evaluated by our distinguished Toastmaster Murali Krishnan sir. So looking forward, sir. The floor is all yours. Over to you, sir.
TMOD come TT Master of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to all of you. A dream of outer space could include traveling by spaceship, launching into orbit, exploring a planet, or floating around in spacesuit. These dreams are usually filled with anticipation, adventure, and new sights to explore. Let us work hard to make our dream come true. Many such self-traveling rockets will follow, and let us also plan to fly and accomplish our dream in near future. Thank you, Balasan, for that wonderful insight. We all know that evaluation session is an important and unique session, unique part of any Toastmasters meeting. Feedback or evaluation is really essential, even in our daily life. If we don't care about customers' feedback, I don't think that we can succeed in any business. Today we heard very different type of PT speeches. But you know that the very interesting thing is that you are going to witness in a different perspective, different viewpoint of those speeches through our evaluators. That will definitely make something very different. Same as like one day, a mother and a small girl were walking through the seashore. Suddenly, the small girl sat in a wet sand, and she was trying to make a turtle. So the mother sit near to her, and she was watching. And suddenly, one wave came from the sea and take that turtle and gone away to the sea. So the mother felt very sad, because in mother's perspective, she thought that the girl may start crying. She would have felt upset because her turtle was stolen by the sea. In the same time, the girl child stand up. She was looking the turtle and was telling to the mother that, see, ma'am, the turtle is going to the sea. That is floating. She is very happy. See, the perspective of the mother and the child was different. Today, you are going to witness something similar to this. We heard the TT speeches in our own perspective, but you are going to see that through our evaluators in a different phase. Our first TT evaluator is a veteran Toastmaster. He is none other than our Mind Academy Toastmasters, our current president, Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiyar. Let us welcome our passionate Toastmaster, the chemist, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar to evaluate the speech of the first group of TT speakers. It's a set of TT speeches. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Irshad, for that towering introduction. First of all, congratulations, Toastmaster, table topic master, Toastmaster Bala, for bringing such an interesting and innovative table topics. It was really nice. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Vijitha Murali. Of course, Toastmaster Vijitha Murali, she started the speech with a very good, with a great opening, and she continued with her personal experience and with a lot of emotions, and it was really like a structured speech actually, and she concluded it very well. So it was a very good speech from our champion table topic speaker. The second speaker was Toastmaster Beena Modi. Have you kept the child in you active? That was the topics which was given to Toastmaster Beena Modi. She also did the very good opening, and with some sort of sense of humor, she put it in the speech, and she did it very well with a closing remark like never hurt anybody. That is a childish, a thought of child. That is a very good remark she put in her speech. It was quite good. And Toastmaster Irshad, the third speaker was Toastmaster Irshad. Which planet would you like to visit and why? And he did it very well because his vision was very clear. His target was very clear. He wanted to, he has a dream to visit the moon, and he justified it with all his possible way. And he did it in a very convincing manner, and it was very good. And fourth speaker was Toastmaster Sai Kishore. Are you ready for other planet travel? And if so, what makes you think you are ready? Actually, he did it, he explained it in another way, that he was not ready to travel, but he was ready to travel with his son actually. Because one suggestion I have is that this is a hypothetical question, so maybe you could have answered it in a hypothetical way, maybe. So that will be better. Otherwise, he explained it very well why he is not ready to go now, and because his son is very much interested to go, and he loves to travel with his son. It's a good remark. And the last speaker, speaker number 5, that is Shreyans Suresh. Yeah, outer space explorations are helpful for humans. Outer space explorations are helpful for humans. If so, why? He started with a very good opening, but he was not sure whether it was good or bad, and he just put it as an open question, whether it can be bad or it can be good. But my opinion is that we have to stick to one point when it comes to table topics. We have to stick to one point, whether it is good or why, or if it is bad, why it is bad. That will make a speech more better. So overall, all the speakers did very well, and it is a very good topic, and everybody performed very well. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Evaluator, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar, for your outstanding and beautiful evaluation. I'm sure that Group 1 will be benefited by the evaluation and can improve their future speeches with the points recommended. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. Our next TT evaluator today a lead engineer working in Kemia, sponsor and founder of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, past president of Periyar, the past area director, certified NLP practitioner, and many more. Let us welcome DTM Murali Krishnan to evaluate the second group of TT speakers. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for those very inspiring words. So General Evaluators, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. A special good evening to all the TT speakers. First of all, congratulations to our TT Master for bringing such wonderful topics, mixing space and Children's Day. So coming on to the first speaker in the second group, Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey, his topic was one memory of you related to the Children's Day. Hats off to him attempting the topic even while he was traveling. He was in car, and he went on talking about lights moving in one direction, about the technological advancements, and how our nation became proud due to the space exploration. Looks like he assumed that the topic was about space and continued speaking about that. Maybe because he was traveling, so he couldn't listen to the topic well. So it's a point for all of us that TT's topic is the one area where we need to listen the most. Every word is very important in TT. So my only recommendation for you is to listen to the speaker carefully so that you can stick to the point. Our second speaker is Mr. Ashok, joining us for the first time. And his topic was, do you think perseverance will be needed to survive in space sector? He was very sure about that. Yeah, of course, it is required. Was not nervous at all, considering the first time he's attempting a TT. He went ahead on explaining why it is required in space as well. My only recommendation is, again, I think the key word here was perseverance. So if you would have stick to that and adjusted your response according to the word perseverance, that would have been great. And it would have been also great if you would have expanded it. You just took 38 seconds. So that would be really great. But nevertheless, for the first time, hats off to you, Mr. Ashok. Moving forward, the third speaker, we have Mr. Bharani. Thank you, Bharani, for joining us again. New to Toastmasters, probably at least for Mind Academy Toastmasters. The topic was, has space explorations added value to you? And he was not nervous at all, very confident about the topic, and he went on with examples of Elon Musk, and then finally he concluded telling that how important and how it affected him personally. But my only recommendation is, in the beginning when you started, you said I'm slightly modifying, but it was a classic example of how it directly affected you. So there was no need for telling that you didn't modify it at all. You were spot on the topic. So that was really great from you, Mr. Bharani. So my recommendation is, not to add that in the beginning you said I slightly modify. In fact, you didn't modify, you were on the topic. So those are the comments and recommendations from my end for all the TT speakers. Hats off to you once again, to all the TT speakers as well as the TT Master. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, DTM Murali Krishnan, for that outstanding and constructive evaluation. The group 2 speakers definitely will get a lot of ideas and suggestions recommended. Thank you very much. With this, our evaluation sessions are over. Let us give a thunderous round of applause for all our speakers and evaluators. It was, no doubt, it was an amazing session. We all really enjoyed. May I request the time house report for the time taken by each evaluator? Toastmaster Mehul sir.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Time taken by Rameshan sir for the first evaluation is 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And time taken by DTM Murali Krishnan for the second session is 3 minutes, and both are qualified.
Thank you, timer. So you may please vote for that best evaluator. So the poll will be launching very shortly.
Point of order, general evaluator, as we have only 2 evaluators, so we
Yeah.
have joined. We'll have joint winnings.
So we will be considering, we will be awarding both the evaluators.
Thank you. Back to you,
That's
General
a good decision and excellent decision. Thank you very much, TMOD come TT Master. Let us evaluate today's entire proceedings. Meeting started on time. MOM read by Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Bala. Guests were welcomed. Welcome speech of Ramesh San regarding the diabetic awareness was great. It was an outstanding, useful tips. Very good. Thank you very much. Very sorry to say that many members were absent, and like we all members are required to remind our members to join for the next meeting onwards. It is very, very important, and many, like, you know, the other very important thing is that there was no speech, prepared speeches were there today. That was also very important to note for all the TT, all the Toastmasters. Prepared speeches are a must in every meeting, but today's meeting was something very, very different because, like, you know, we were in a different world of TT, table topic sessions. It was really an outstanding session. We really appreciate and congratulate Balasan's effort towards this TT session. We can say that today's meeting is only dedicated for TT speeches. It was a good session. And the main and very important thing is that everybody got an opportunity to speak today. It's really a very good try, very good attempt. And the theme of the day were presented in a very beautiful way. That was really remarkable, actually. And the thing is that, once again, let me just remind that all the members, it's not mandatory that the VP membership or VP education or president's responsibility to bring all the members to attend the meeting. It is everybody's responsibility. We all are required to invite each and everyone. Like, we also missed, like, because of many cases like vacation and many other cases that many people could not come. But even if you would have reminded, many people would have been joined, even if they are not available in Saudi Arabia, which is very important to note for every members, actually. With this, like we missed many other things, like you know, grammarian, wordmaster, and many other activities because of lack of people, actually. Anyway, even said that, but today's meeting was a bit outstanding and we really enjoyed it. And thank you very much, Balasan, for your effort. It was your show. Today's show was Balasan show, no doubt. And the theme was outstanding. We were not knowing many things from this particular subject. Only because of your initiative, we all search in Google and find some points and to understand many things. It's really something different. Thank you very much for your idea. And in general, this meeting was an outstanding one. We really thank you very much for this day. Over to TMOD, come Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Balasan. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Irshad San, General Evaluator for the evening, for highlighting very important points. At times, you have to have these moments of truth to move forward in the right direction. Thanks for highlighting those points and insights, Irshad San. Really, I think if we have to move forward as a team with the energy back, I think very important and very constructive points shared, like, you know, bringing up more members and having the members back. It's not always one person's job to pull people in. So very constructive points are, and very important points to keep the forum intact so that we all share the knowledge in the right spirit and take the ship to the intended shore. Thank you, sir, for throwing up important points and also for encouraging the rest of the team who have participated for the session. Thank you, sir. So, dear Toastmasters, so it's time to look into the winners for the evening. So there were 2 different winners for the 2 different segments of table topics. So let me take this opportunity to share the winning results for the evening as your vote counter. So here is the results for the TT segment for first part. congratulations Toastmaster Irshad San for being adjudged as the best table topic speaker for the first segment. Mr. Bharanidharan, many congratulations for being adjudged as the best table topic speaker for the second segment. Many congratulations to Toastmaster Rameshan sir for being adjudged as the best evaluator. Many congratulations to distinguished Toastmaster Murali Krishnan sir for being adjudged as the best evaluators joined upon for the evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure, sir. I was once listening to Lieutenant General Syed Atta Hasnain, an inspiring individual to whom I look up whenever it comes to matters of strategic perspective is concerned. He was throwing a point how every individual bringing in his or her effort can make a sea of change when it comes to a collective effort towards national security. When it comes to space domain, it can really move mountains. Space has that potential to make that difference for us as individual, for us as countrymen. Not that Dr. Kalam time and again repeats, if there is one domain which can add value and change the value and the way life is led, as rightly said by our Madam Vijita today, if a domain is there which can change people's life in all reality, then it is space. Here, we on 14th of November 2022, going to witness history soon, as we are going to enter into a private space domain soon in India. I guess, as discussed by many Toastmasters here today, let this moment build value for human beings in the right spirit. Let it add value to people's life. Let it ease the way life is led in many parts of the world, so that we as human beings on this planet Earth live a peaceful and harmonious life. If that is going to be there, then for sure, every day we will be there to celebrate, just like how we are celebrating Children's Day today. It was a pleasure being your Toastmaster of the day for the evening. Fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guest, I would like this opportunity to thank our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Mehul, for giving me this opportunity, and to our President for giving me an opportunity to host you for the evening. Thank you. I would like to share the floor back to our President. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for that very interesting session. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Don't you think it was an exciting session? Yes, we do. Let us appreciate all the assignees and the participants with a big round of applause. Thank you. It was a great session. Actually, all the assignees, starting from the Sergeant at Arms, and then the Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, the timer, all the participants did a very great job. And the session was really interesting, with a lot of good learning and a lot of novel subjects. It was a great session. And now, thank you for all the assignees. Thank you all the assignees for bringing up this. Thank you for the Toastmaster of the Day for bringing up this subject. And thank you all the assignees to make this session very successful. Now, let us hear from our guests, I think. our guest, we would like to hear from our guest. First, I would like to request Mr. Ashok Kumar. Your insights about today's session, sir. Sir, you are not audible.
Now you can hear us.
Yeah. Now you are audible. Yes.
Okay. So actually, really, this session I really enjoyed a lot. Even I have a lot of learnings, and even in the morning I was discussing same thing with Mr. Bala in his office, that how it has to go through, or how it will work, and what we will the things we will learn from this, and how we can groom ourselves. So this is a really very good platform to enhance your skills, enhance your leaderships, enhance your approaches, enhance your speeches, thinking powers. So I hope even in the future sessions and future events, I will learn a lot, and hopefully it will be on the same page as you all are giving this learning over here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insight, and we look forward for you for attending our coming sessions too. Now, I would like to request Mr. Bharani to share your thoughts, please. Mr. Bharani, are you around?
Mr. President.
Yeah. In that case, I would like to request Mr. Shreyas Suresh. Can you please share your thoughts?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a nice session. Actually, I enjoyed the session on the table topics session, and it is an interesting topic actually to talk about space now, because I think it's one of the most current and the most happening sector. So it is an interesting topic, and to see what others' views are regarding this. And in all, I enjoyed this session a lot. So it is an interesting and a nice session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shreyas, for sharing your thoughts. We look forward to you for the next sessions too. So I think that is the now I would like to request our VP Education for the coming back to business of our VP Education. Is there any update for the next session, Toastmaster Mehul?
I'm still working on it, President, and I will send it in the group shortly, in a day or two. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehul, for that update. Okay, so fellow Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters, is there any other business to be discussed, or? Okay. So having heard none, I declare this session